Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, it is part 2 of my Christmas junk journal for Christmas in July. I meant to get this video up to you sooner last week, but I am preparing for back to school for my kiddos for homeschool, so it has been quite busy around here and keeping them occupied through summer break. But I am sharing this now, and as you can see, I am just using some Christmas scrapbook paper and creating some pages for my junk journal. It was really fun to go through my scrapbook papers. I have collected quite a bit of scrapbooking paper over the years, so it was really fun to pull out different Christmas papers that I thought would go with the 2 golden books that I'm using, the Jingle Bells and then the ABC one. So picked wintry scenes with trees, and then I'm going to also cut down some cardstock, some red cardstock to go with that red spine of the little golden books and that Jingle Bell vibe. All of the fun colors. Going to cut down some green cardstock as well. So I'm giving you a glimpse into this. So once the scrapbook papers were cut down to this size I wanted them, I'm using my ProClick binding machine and punching the holes in this. I'm using a coil. If you did not see part 1 of this video, this is the first junk journal that I am creating, and I'm doing it Christmas themed, and I'm using a spiral from the ProClick so that I can add pages in when I am adding in pictures at Christmas. I can add in pictures and everything maybe as a single page and just add the pages in. So I did need to trim it down a little bit after I punched it with the binding system, and then I had that silver paper, and then this is the Jingle Bells book. I had cut it down off camera and I was just punching all of the pages to get that into the book. So part 1 was setting up the book cover and getting the golden book separated with the pages and the hardcover back, and part 2 is getting the pages ready and assembling everything and putting it into the coil. There's so many different ways to bind these kind of books. You can sew it in and do different segments, different little booklets. You can use binder rings, clips. There's so many different tutorials out there, so if this is something you're interested in, you can go search junk journaling and find what will work for you. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with this way, but I really love the idea of this way since I can add in pages as I go. So these are some papers that I actually recently got from my husband's grandma. She was downsizing some of her things, and she had a bunch of craft papers and little papers that were lined, and she knows I'm a crafter as well, so she was like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, "Sure." And I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, but I am so glad I took it because it is the perfect size for junk journaling, and I've actually been able to use it for some DIY decor projects for homeschool, which is super awesome. So now I am just adding in all of the pages that I have cut down today, and I am adding in the story pages from the little golden books. So what I am doing is adding the scrapbook paper and the cardstock in between some of the story, and then I'm going to add some envelopes as well and just have a lot of fun with this. I have quite the envelope collection as well. They definitely get used for various things and sending out cards, but there's quite a few of them and some fun designs. So you're going to see that here as we assemble everything together. It is so cool to see this all come together. So that is everything in the coils for now. I'm going to add a few more papers in here, actually in the front. See, I love how I can just close this up and then open it. Add a paper in. So my plan is to add Christmas pictures and journaling to this at Christmas time. There is a tool that comes with this as well to open the binding better, but I do not know where it is. I need to find it. So I was just using the bone folder tool there to do that. But yeah, my plan is to add pictures and journaling in at Christmas. And I'm excited that I can just open this up, add in more, maybe switch things up. If we get Christmas cards, I can use the system to add the holes and add it in. So I'm just adding another little piece that was cut down from the scrapbooking paper. Here is one of the envelopes. So I did need to cut this envelope a little bit. It was a little bit longer. So just cut it down. And then I'm actually just going to glue it onto the back of that scrapbook paper that I just added in. And then, yeah, later I chopped down a slimline envelope to fit in here so that it's not hanging out of it. You totally could leave it hanging out like as like a tab. That would be neat. So now I'm just going back and adding in different page elements, some of the line paper, some of the craft paper, some of the scrapbook paper. Here is another fun envelope that I have in my collection, an airmail envelope. I just love how easy it is to add elements and pages in here. So I love this part. So I'm going to add in this random digital stamp that I have from a long time ago that I never got around to coloring. For some reason it was sitting on my desk and I was like, this is Christmas themed. I'm going to throw it in there. I want it to get used. So I'm going to add that in here, and then I'm going to add a envelope that has clouds and sky in it, and I thought it went perfectly with the background here, or the page from the little golden book where Santa is going up into the sky, the cloudy sky. You can see how much it matches. So this is the one that I did need to cut down a little bit so that it wasn't going out of the book. So then I just added a little bit of glue so that the envelope was closed. Continuing to add in my elements and various papers. It's so nice that I'm actually using my scrapbook paper. Sometimes it just doesn't get used with all of the crafting goodies. Then cutting down some more of the scrapbook paper, and then I will punch this, add it in. It looks really, really cool now, but I am excited to add the pictures and the journaling in and see where this journal takes me. I am so excited. I love this new element. I have thrifted some new little golden books as well, and I have some plans to create more journals, so stick around. If you're new here, subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I hope you stick around and watch all of the content coming. I'm hoping to share some cards soon as well. It's just been busy, and getting into my craft room is not always happening. So because I used 2 little golden books in this book for like the scrapbooking pages, the pages in here, I decided to hot glue the other cover to the back of the book. So that is what I'm doing now. The Jingle Bells is like the main theme at the front, and then the ABCs, Christmas ABCs book is featured on the back. It's kind of funny because I put the ABC is for Christmas. The pages for this book are at the front, and then the pages for Jingle Bells are in the back. I don't know what I was thinking, but I think it's fun. and it's what I did. So just making sure that this hardcover piece is adhered, adding a little bit more glue. And making sure that that is glued down well. So this is part 2. There's going to be 4 videos for this first junk journal that I have created for Christmas in July. So the next video is going to be me creating a charm to hang off the edge, and I'm really excited. My grandma used to sew a lot. My grandma is still alive, but a few years back she stopped sewing because it was just too hard for her. And she gave me a ton of buttons and bells from her sewing. And I have all of those elements, and there's Christmas things and there's bells, and I am so excited to use them and add them to this book and create a charm. So I'm going to be sharing that next, and then the last video will be a flip through of everything, and I will go slowly through it and show you. So I am just finishing this up, and I will see you in the next video. Definitely come back for part 3. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I would love to have you join me here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.